Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aquarius in February 2021. What's going on, Aquarius? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, friends, we had the Nine of Pentacles flip out here for you guys, so maybe some of you are stepping into singlehood, or you're just enjoying your life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, feeling appreciative, feeling abundant, feeling successful, with or without a single status. That's how you could be feeling at this time, okay? Nice. Anyway, guys, welcome to your reading for February, and for you guys, happy birthday. It is your season. It is your time. You obviously have a lot to say because now you have the Princess of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. At this time, you might be studying something, exploring something new, possibly saving for something is what I'm getting with that. But just beginning to do something, just at the start of something. But anyway, we're still at the start of this video because apparently you got a lot to say today, maybe. Anyway, guys, happy birthday to you. It's your season. Whenever your special day is, whether it is in January or February, I hope you have an amazing time or did have an amazing time. And at this time, I'm hoping you're happy, safe, healthy, and secure. Continue to take care of yourselves and those that you know and love, and also extend that to people that you maybe don't know so well, or even a perfect stranger. The world right now could use a lot of kindness, a lot of goodness, and a lot of compassion, so I'm encouraging everybody to make those choices when they can, and put that good juju, that good karma out in the world, okay? Aquarius, specifically for you, again, it's your birthday season, so be sure to check your playlist that I've made for you for 2021. You're going to find your birthday reading in there, as well as your other readings for January, the overall and the mid. You're going to find the overall February in that list as well, and then the mid once I'm done it in a couple weeks. And it won't be on your playlist, but I invite you to join me this Saturday, February the 6th. I misquoted that in a previous video for you guys because I was looking at the calendar for January. So big mistake on my part. But February the 6th, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time here in the States, I will go live for you guys. I will answer your questions using my tarot decks, using my insight, using my empathic abilities on your behalf. So if you want to join me live, come through with a question, I will gladly answer it for you, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it, guys, where that is their base message. We're going to get extra messages out, or not extra, but we're going to extend it with 3 additional cards, talk about a potential energy as well as overall energy, okay? Anything you want from me, it's already in the description box. Timestamp is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading is down there. There's another flip out for you guys. 7 of Wands. That's been coming out a lot for several signs. So defensive postures, maybe people are in your business, maybe you're just like super independent and you're not answering to anybody at this time, something like that. Anyway, if you have a question before you place an order, just email me at the same address that you see listed down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, link for that is down there as well, okay? All right, guys, let me put this down before something else pops out and I have to talk about it. So what you got to start, you've got the Hanged Woman, aka the Hanged Man. If I could pick it up, there you go. Secondary major for Pisces. You could be dealing with a Pisces, but you don't have to be. Second card that came out was the King of Wands, another repeating energy for the month. It is a retrograde, so cards are definitely repeating across these readings. King of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with one, you don't have to be. And the Strength card, can't pick it up, there we go. Major Arcana for Leo, could be dealing, don't have to be. Okay. So let's see what's happening here. Aquarius. Yeah, it's like, it's time to go. It's time to do something. You feel this, or someone that you're dealing with feels this. This is a general reading. I'm going to address this as this is happening to you, Aquarius. I'm going to put you as the primary focus because it is your reading, but it could go vice versa. Any sign I mentioned that's not your own, you may be dealing with, you don't have to be. Any genders I mentioned, flip them around if you must. There technically is no gender in a general reading. And take everything with a grain of salt. Please open yourselves up to reinterpret and use your discernment when it comes to how this will resonate in your life. Now, all that aside, somebody here, King of Wands energy, is very much done delaying. I'm going to say it's you, but it could be someone you're dealing with, okay? Done delaying, done stalling, done waiting. And his eye line, if you can see it, is looking very strongly, very directly at this Hanged Woman who from where he's standing is just, hanging around, not doing anything. And that's possibly a problem, or possibly contributing to what I'm sensing is like discontented energy, annoyed energy, frustrated energy. Because from where the King of Wands stands, this looks like a vacation, right? This looks like somebody who's not really about anything, or they're just wasting time. They're not putting forth any effort. They're just idle for no reason, right? But that's, again, the problem of perspective. The King of Wands is technically looking at a major arcana. So this court card is limited in their perspective. Not saying that they're dumb or that they're ignorant or anything like that. It's more of like they probably don't have all of the answers or the information that is necessary to make a true, quote unquote, judgment or to have a full understanding of the situation. Okay, not excusing anything, but that's like just what it feels like. Where this person is standing, there's a small bit of illumination on the end of his wand, so he does have clever ideas, or he does have some type of insight. And again, I'm only saying he because it's a king. I could be talking about a woman, doesn't matter. So he has this some sense of what's going on, some understanding of what he's dealing with, or what he's looking at, or what he's facing, or what he's trying to involve himself in, or this person is bringing to the table, whatever. But it's not the full picture. It simply is not the full picture. They might think they have the full picture. They might say they have the full picture, but that is totally false. Okay? The person or the situation that they're looking at is in some type of, we're going to get there. They're like, don't go. So we're not going there yet. Okay, so let's talk about the strength card then. So behind the King of Wands is this strength energy. A lot of fire energy. You don't have to be dealing with a fire sign. This could be, an earth sign, an air sign, a water sign. It does not matter. But this person right now, they're in intense fire energy, okay? So they're very determined. They're very dialed into what they want, when they want it, how they want it. And they're kind of like a dog without a bone. They're not going to be daunted or dissuaded unless they say. Anyone else telling them, hey, King of Wands, maybe you should calm down or let this go or think of something else or focus on something else. Hey, there's strength energy. Why don't you, go lay down in the shade and like take a nap, like a lion or a tiger would do. And this person is just like, no, I'm not going to do it until I say I'm ready. So there is this determination that in a proper time and place is admirable, but in this particular situation, all the fire and desire that this person has going towards whatever the Hanged Woman is not really gonna, it's not gonna change the vibe, it's not gonna change the circumstance, it's not gonna change anybody's minds. So this person, despite their proactive energy and desire to see progress, is basically at an impasse because ironically, they're so focused on what's going on over here. Essentially, if this person minded their own business or just tended to their own things and forgot about whatever is going on over here, things might go differently for them. I do sense, like I said before, this person here, whoever they may be, a little bit of frustration, a little bit of discontentment because they want it their way, possibly selfishly, possibly based in egotistic leanings, but there is sort of this belief that what I'm trying to do, create, explore, have, accomplish, create, or whatever. They just think it's the bee's knees. They just think it's the end all be all. Like once this thing happens, or once I have this, or once I go here, or once this happens, it's all going to be gravy. And whether or not that's true, I do not know. But that's their belief. And because they believe it, this is Wands energy and this is Fire's energy, right? So that's spirit, that's belief, that's to a certain extent faith. It's kind of become an Achilles heel for this person. The thing that makes them strong is actually putting them in a position of weakness, or it's putting them in a position of discomfort, because as much as they feel that they're a strong person, they're actually giving up a lot of their power by being so focused on what they cannot change. Do you get what I mean? All right. I think you guys understand. So the Hanged Woman, who or what is this? because that was very interesting. I was told to not go here, and now I'm allowed to go, now that we talked about that person. So the Hanged Woman, absolutely. Wow, very strong. Deep spiritual awakening. Like, for some reason, this pattern here is giving me like waves of ascension or waves of awakening. Someone might be going through sort of like a dark night of the soul. That's not a typical phrase that we would give to the Hanged Woman, but I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that someone is going through a remarkable awakening, a very deep change of spirit, change of perspective, change of mind. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's in favor of this person just because I was talking so much about them wanting something that they can't have. It doesn't mean that. It's for this person individually. They might be coming to a realization, having a spiritual awakening, doing whatever, or experiencing something that even drives them further away from this person. I don't know. But the significance is that it's for them. It's not for anybody else. There's only one character there, right? As is very typical of many hangman depictions. And their focus is on themselves. You know, there's nothing to do but to focus on the self here, because I'm hanging upside down. So, you know, I'm not really wondering about what Peter's doing on over there, or what Sally's doing back over there, or what Jamal is doing, you know, 2 blocks away from here. It doesn't matter. It's only what I'm doing. And again, both characters to a certain degree might be seen as being selfish or egotistical, but I think it's purposeful for both of them. The King of Wands possibly is not seeing themselves in the correct light. Again, with this piece of the wand being only illuminated so much, this person, again, their view is a little constricted at this time, or a little too focused on something that, again, doesn't serve them at this moment. This person over here, what is serving them, or what all plays into the situation, I feel is like being expanded upon. Like, things are opening up for them. Not necessarily opportunities, not like their life is blossoming. In fact, I feel like this person is going through a considerable amount of hell, or relative hell at the very least. It doesn't feel like they are having the best time of their life, but they are having a time in their life. I hope that you get what I mean. Like, this is hugely developmental energy. This is, again, this like spiritual awakening. Something is like blooming and blossoming and growing, or expanding. But what this person's into, both people have to really get the proper perspective. In some ways, I don't know what I was about to say. I lost that thought. In some ways, I don't know. I don't know what the hell was supposed to go there. I apologize. That's very rare that happens. That I lose, clearly, my train of thought. I can lose a thought and then get it back, but like, it just like stopped. So I presume I'm not supposed to say what the connecting point is, what the similarity is what it felt like. I felt like I was going to talk about how these two people, or two sides of this story, interconnect, but I don't think that's prudent at this time, is what they're making me feel like. It doesn't feel appropriate to talk about that, or necessary. Let's say it that way. It doesn't feel necessary to talk about it. But here, this person, they're going through a thing. They're going through some type of dusty kerfuffle, disturbance. What is this with my hand? Like, they're giving me like a tingling, not a tingling, but like a agitation. There you go. Like bubbling water. Like when water boils, it bubbles. You know, and it's agitated. You know, when you leave water in a pot, it's very still. You turn the burner on, it becomes agitated and it moves all around. It percolates all over, right? So that's what's happening to this person. Oh, this person, okay, a very simple way to say it. This person could be in hot water in some respect, boiling water. Hopefully not literally, okay? Nobody needs that. Nobody needs to be, you know, hurt physically. But this person is in hot water, and what they have to do is be sustained. sustained in that energy. And I laugh because it's also, well, not also, but like my mind, the way my brain works is like, oh, it's like she's a tea bag. And what do you do with a tea bag? You steep it in boiling water, right? To get the flavor out of it. If you want a nice cup of tea, you put the tea bag in, and you let the hot water extract the flavor of the tea so that you can enjoy it, right? Now, if the tea bag was a person, and again, I'm not like co-signing on like dumping boiling water on a person. That's not what I'm saying. Please do not take this literally. But yeah, I hope you get what I mean. Like, I feel like there's a saying about, you get, like, somebody's character, you learn about their character when they're in hot waters. I do not have it. No way do I have it, what that saying is. But I hope you get what I mean. Like, you get the most out of the tea bag if you steep it long enough, right? If you dunk it in and then take it out, you basically are going to drink hot water. You're not going to get the flavor of the tea bag, right? This person, they might want to not be in the boiling water situation. Whatever hot water they're in, I'm sure they don't want to be there. But because it's a major arcana, because it has this spiritual connotation, they will become better. More than likely, they will become better for what they're going through. That's not me saying they deserve it. I don't know the details. I don't know who this is. It could be you, Aquarius. I don't know. But there's something here that the longer this person stays in the boiling water, the richer, the more, to keep in line with the analogy, the more flavorful their life becomes, or their lesson, I suppose, or their awakening becomes, the longer they stay in it. So that's what they must do. And this person here, they don't know that. They're thinking their way is the best way, and it's just ridiculous. So let's get further details here on this situation for Aquarius, please. What else is going on in this situation? Please show me for Aquarius what else is going on here. Give me the rest of the story for February 2021. Please show me the rest of what's going on here for Aquarius. No. Yeah, well, I guess I'm going to leave it there for like a second, just like that. We'll come back to it, because I don't know. Anyway, 2 more cards, please, for Aquarius. Show me. 4 of Pentacles, absolutely. 1 more, please. What else is happening here for Aquarius? Yeah. And let me get an outcome, potential outcome for Aquarius in February 2021. What's happening here? Potential outcome in this story for Aquarius. The Star, here you come. Showing up in your own reading. Very good. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. All right, so let's figure out what we're doing here. Which way for Aquarius? Show me. Like that. Okay. Thank you. All right, so Wheel of Fortune. Doo-doo. Secondary major for Sagittarius. You could be dealing with one. You don't have to be. 4 of Pentacles and 10 of Swords. Oh, no. We'll talk about the outcome and the overall in just a little bit. Okay. All right, so Wheel of Fortune, secondary major for Sag. Also fixed signs, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Again, take it all with a grain of salt. You could be dealing. You don't have to be. So here, this person, yeah. In fact, both people, because of the color scheme and because it's fire energy, so it would dial back to this person or signal back to this person as well. Both people are ringing out. Okay, so to a certain degree, both people are being squeezed. You know, when you have a rag or some other cloth that it's soaked and you wring it out and it, obviously it releases the water. And to do that, you have to put a lot of pressure in. You have to twist the materials so it just, all the liquid comes out, right? So both people are being put to the test. Flames, to the foot to the fire, in hot water, all the cliched phrases. Now, this person is going through it in a different way. This person possibly, because they're looking at the hangman, and the hangman is a delayed yeah, it's a delay. It's someone who, it's an energy that puts us on pause. And here's a person who's not interested in pausing. They have no desire to stop, but they're being made to stop, or at least they're making themselves stop because they're staring directly at the hanged woman, right? So it feels like that is something this person has to deal with, and maybe they're not dealing with it. Maybe they're not recognizing, like, you're wasting your own time by worrying about what happens over there. If you spend your time, energy, effort, and focus looking at other things than tending to your own business, you're basically wasting your talent, wasting your time, wasting your capabilities, or whatever. You know what I mean? And that feels to be, since Wheel of Fortune talks about basically the runs and fall of life, is what they're making me say. The runs and fall of life. Basically the ups and downs of life. Okay. Yeah, so that's something that this person has to kind of be aware of, is like, the wheel is turning. I don't know, this person here, like, their focus is just not in the right place. And that's important for them. There's a lesson there, or they're meant to grow from that. They're meant to ascend from that, or mature from that. You know what I mean? Like, possibly wanting things to go their way all the time. Like, that's unrealistic. That's not possible. That's improbable that everybody is always going to get a W. You're going to get some losses. You're going to get a draw. You're going to have an off season, whatever. There's just, like, you can't always have what you want when you want it. And, and this person feels it's not because necessarily they deserve it in a selfish, spoiled type of way. It's more of like they feel they should win all the time because that's the work that they've put into it. I deserve the W because I've trained and I've studied and I've put forth the correct communications, or I put in the right documents, or I did whatever. I did everything I was supposed to do. Where's my reward? So maybe that's it. Maybe this person also is looking for some type of reward or some type of recognition, and they have to grow from that. This person, hanged woman, number one, is not aware of this at all. Hence, that's why they're in this spiritual awakening. Hence, that's why they're in, like, this suspended state, because their perspective needs to go from being very narrow or very close to a little bit more open, wider, expansive, okay? And part of that, they don't have to believe in this. They don't have to believe in tarot. They don't have to believe in my or yours or anybody else's particular spiritual belief or religious belief, but they have to believe in something. And I said that earlier about the Wands energy. The Wands has a lot of self-belief, a lot of strong conviction, and is a little bit tied to faith. This person has no problem having strong foundations or strong, I suppose, motivations. Like, they feel very connected to their purpose, let's say. This person doesn't know their purpose, doesn't know themselves, doesn't know how they are in relation to the world. Because even though this is in the world card, again, Wheel of Fortune has an expansive quality to it, tied to Sagittarius, tied to Jupiter. So there is sort of like this looking out across the horizon and plotting where to go. This person looks out at the horizon and they don't want to go anywhere. Or they might see something 50 miles down the road by standing on top of a tall, overlook, or like a balcony or something like that. And they can see 50 miles ahead of them. There's something over there that interests them. But because of whatever reason, they have a limited scope. It's not that they can't see it. It's just that they don't allow themselves to pursue it. Yes? So this person is in some type of stuck mentality, and they are being, again, dunked into hot water. So what are the quote-unquote consequences of remaining where you are? If you see something 50 miles down the road, but then you stop yourself 10 miles into that journey and you say, well, I arrived at this place and I'm cool where I am, or this seems interesting, or maybe I should spend some time here, and then you totally forget there's an additional 40 miles left to go from your original destination. This person then is selling themselves short, or in some ways living in I hope you get what I mean. Like they restrict themselves, or they, again, like they don't fully follow through. Maybe that's the issue. The King of Wands is very much an energy of follow through, follow through. If you make commitments, you honor your commitments and you go to the very last drop. Like very like I will die on this hill kind of energy, which again has its admirable qualities, but is also kind of unnecessarily about self-sacrifice and martyrdom and all this other kind of crap that is unnecessary sometimes. Okay, somebody over here does not do that at all. Okay, all of this is lessons for both parties. Aquarius, which side you're on at this point, you should know. I don't know where you are, but let's continue on here. So then 4 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So what did I just say about martyrdom? I feel that in some cases, not in all, the King of Wands views themselves this way, as the sacrificial lamb, as the one who's laying it all out on the line, and at the end of the day they end up being disappointed because other people, or this specific person, it could be more than one person, FYI, but you know, people let them down, which means they've let themselves down because they trusted, they gave forth the proper, in their mind, the proper energy, the proper, you know, again, like I filed the paperwork, I communicated clearly, I made my promises, and I fulfilled my promises, and nobody else stepped up to the plate and did this alongside me. So I have suffered alone, and in some cases they feel betrayed and backstabbed by one particular person or the other side of the story, okay, whatever it is. So here is that potentially, it's not in all cases, martyrdom. This, oh, well, I did it and I suffered, and this is the thanks I get for all my hard work is being left to die alone. Wow, someone might be saying that. That's a little dramatic, but you know, I gotta be honest. Wands and fire energy are known to be dramatic. You know, it's very much in the wheelhouse of a fire sign or fire energy, Wands energy, to be dramatic. You just left me here to die all alone. Really? Because again, what was I saying earlier about this person? Their focus is on the wrong thing. If you just worry about yourself, Mary, if you just worry about yourself, Paul or Paulina or whoever, it doesn't matter, okay? Then you wouldn't feel like this, but this is how they feel. Interesting. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's too much. It's okay. Let me not say it. It's not too much. It's more of like this is being held on to a little bit because this is a 10, right? And 10s equal culmination points. They equal change points. It's like we're moving from the end of the story or the end of the chapter to the new chapter to the new story, and all we need to do is finally release. Finally, no longer give emphasis, give importance, save space for whatever this is. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, all of it. They only remain if you want them to remain, okay? And sometimes we want them. You know, 10 of Pentacles sometimes is a good deal. 10 of Wands sometimes might be a good deal if you think about it sometimes. But this person, the way they're showing up, and again, I think it's mostly the King of Wands in this energy. The Hanged Woman might share it a little bit, but it might be slightly different, the rhyme and the reason or the nuance of what's going on. But the King of Wands in particular is striking me as somebody who is making a big deal out of their big deal, or making a big deal out of everything they've ever done in any situation or in this particular situation. And they want to be recognized, like they want to, they want to be found like this. Okay, not literally. Again, I don't know. I'm like so careful about people taking these things literally. But somebody wants to be seen as being stabbed in the back. Somebody wants to be seen as being betrayed. It's going to somehow drum up some type of sympathy for them. It's going to make them, I don't know, it's just going to make them feel better, or it's going to make them, maybe they want to be told by this person straight up, yeah, I did betray you. I did stab you in the back. And I don't know. It's like this person wants that confirmation so that possibly they can be let off the hook. But again, that puts the onus, that puts the responsibility, that puts the focus on someone else. That's not cool. If you're so big and bad, and if you're so able to accomplish what you want to do in life, and you're so capable, and you're so strong, and you're so smart, and you're so creative, and all these things, industrious, all these great qualities, you don't need this person to tell you what you possibly already know. Or you have a misperception, because remember what I said at the top of this, that this person has a limited scope, much like this person over here, a limited understanding of the full picture. And they have all, so maybe that's it. Maybe this person has prematurely deemed themselves betrayed, stabbed in the back, left for dead. And that's not objectively from the point of view of the universe, God, spirit, Allah, Buddha, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, okay? From that higher perspective, that's not the full story. You feel betrayed, but you don't know why this person did what they did or did what they didn't do. You don't know why you're not feeling fulfilled or why you're feeling like you can't make progress. You have not made up, but you filled in the blanks. Right? This person has filled in the blanks, and upon filling in the blanks, they made a Mad Lib that basically tells the story of a Ten of Swords betrayal. But it might not be fully true, okay? Might not. In some cases, it is true, right? But in other cases, they're filling in the blanks because this person needs to know. That's their imperative. That's what I need to know what has happened here. Why am I not able to have this, what, that, and the other? How come this thing that I worked hard for didn't work in my favor? How come I didn't get the W? I got an L? No, baby, I'm supposed to get a W. And it's not selfish. It's not egotistical. This person has worked for it. They do have what they say they have. They are very capable of whatever it is that they're saying they're due, whatever it is that they think they're supposed to have. They're supposed to have it, but they don't, and they don't know why, and it frustrates them, okay? Now, similarly, just for a second, we'll talk about the hanged woman here. They both do it, is what they're telling me. They both do it. This one here feels a victim as well, but they betray themselves. But they don't know that. Both parties don't know what the Ten of Swords really is what this feels like. Hanged woman, they don't think they betray themselves. Going back to what I said about seeing 50 miles down the road or 50 miles off the horizon or whatever, but only traveling up to 10 miles. From 0 to 10, and then they stop. They have seen the potential, or they've seen where they want to go, 50 miles down the road. But they stop themselves or get distracted or become contented or get stuck at the 10-mile point for some reason. That is a self-betrayal or possibly even self-sacrifice. I'm not sure how that would play, but they want me to say self-sacrifice, so there you go. But they don't see that those 40 untraveled miles from 0 to 50, those extra 40 miles, they don't see it as anything lost. They're very much, this person is very much in reality, which is very interesting because it's Piscean energy. So I find that very interesting. But this person is very, what's happening right now? Right now I'm here and this is fine. Therefore, there's no reason to be thinking of what I'm missing out on. Even though they do. There it is. Okay, there it is. They delude themselves. Okay, that's what they're telling me. They delude themselves. That's the Piscean energy. Pisces and 12th house, more specifically than Pisces, talks about illusions and delusions, talks about things being in the subconscious or in the subterranean. So there's always this disenchanted feeling with reality. We can live in reality, we can go through the motions, we can be a part of quote unquote normal life, but this person probably maintains a very deep and murky subconscious or unconscious space, a fantasy place. So this person, they planned to do the 50 miles, right? They planned to go to that marker, possibly meeting up with this person and in an opportunity, in a connection, what have you. But they never did. and they become, it's like a different part of them. It's truly what I'm feeling is like there's like a door, like a compartment, a place where they are living out that fantasy of, if I had gone the extra 40 miles, here's what it would look like. And it's like very thorough. It's very much real to them, in their mind, in their fantasy, in their subconscious, in their dream space. But as far as their reality, hot water, strung upside down in a suspended state, and just for a while they have not been appreciative or even able to recognize that they were in the hangman. So this is someone who possibly is having emotional reactions, or possibly feeling depressed, or possibly feeling irritable, but they don't know why. It's because your reality is not matched up to your fantasy, and you much prefer your fantasy, which could be your reality, because King of Wands knows that, and this person knows it too, but they haven't traveled that distance, they haven't gone down those paths, they haven't made those choices, therefore they're stuck. Okay? And Four of Pentacles, they're stuck. Possibly because of financial or material reasons, okay? And to a certain degree, like, this is a very interconnected energy, and I'm surprised you don't have any cards of quote-unquote soulmates out here, but this feels very soulmate to me, and that's very rare that I'm going to inject that word and not one of the damn cards comes out. And okay, caveat, soulmates don't have to be romantic partners. Soulmates do not have to be cookie-cutter experiences. Soulmates also do not have to be your end-all, be-all, forever partners, regardless of the type. They could be in your life for a short period of time, and that was meant to be. It's all, take it all with a grain of salt, and use your own discernment. But I feel both people to a certain degree are stuck. But since I was just talking about the hangwoman, I think that person is more consciously, more consciously and intently attached to something physical, something tangible, something of value to them. Okay? This could be a job opportunity. This could be the King of Wands has a great job opportunity, and this person would be the right fit. Like, let's say, since it's wands, it's passion, and it can have a sexual overtone, or some type of just sexual vibe to it. So let's say that this was a producer, or let's say this was a scouting agent for like a modeling company agency is what they're called, agencies, right? And let's say they've contacted this person. I saw you on Instagram, or I saw you on this social media platform, blah blah blah. You're gorgeous. You've got a great body. Da 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 da. And maybe that sounds creepy to the hangwoman, like, ew, what? Why are you approaching me? I don't know, but it doesn't have to be that. It's just that this person is so confident of your ability to be a great model, you'd be a perfect actor. Oh my God, you're untapped. You're an untapped athlete. You're an untapped musician. Whatever. This person sees the potential in the hangwoman, right? And that is kind of that unmet 40 miles. And that's the opportunity. That's why this person is just like, looking over here, I got it. I've got everything in place to make this a go. Why aren't you coming? And this person is caught up because maybe at home things are comfortable, right? So just because you could be a model doesn't mean that you need to be a model. Just because you could be an actor, maybe you don't want to be an actor. Or there is possibly some attachment, again, to what is already valuable in their life. So if, back in the day, I don't know that this is still true since we can do it just about anywhere, but I think traditionally, the traditional line of modeling is you go to LA or you go to New York here in the States, right? Or even Miami, someplace like that. But let's say this person, good old Des Moines, haven't talked about Des Moines in a minute. Des Moines is like my go-to, like, middle America. And it's not even in the middle of America. Anyway, so let's say this person's home is in Des Moines, Idaho. Maybe they love potatoes and they just don't want to leave that life. Maybe they have a comfortable life with their family. Maybe they have a comfortable community that they're happy with, but that potential is always in their mind. So they still, on their personal Instagram, on their personal social media, take little pictures and everything like that, but they're not getting paid to be a model. It's not their career, but they still give into that fantasy. Do you get what I mean? So Four of Pentacles is restriction. Four of Pentacles is holding to what we have because we don't want to lose what we already have, even though we might gain more than we have if we relinquish, if we just, this tight grip, if we just loosen it a little bit, we might get more pentacles in. We might get in more happiness. We might get in more stability, more finances, more whatever you're looking for or hoping to have or dreaming of having. But the restriction and the holding on tight, that's what this person likes to do. And the hot water, for some reason, is here to I assume, to get them to loosen up a little bit. So what's the potential outcome here? Very interesting. The Star card. This is your major arcana, Aquarius. So here you are in your own reading. Ooh. Okay. Very on the nose. It's not like very clever, but there's a song by Rolls Royce, right? Rose Royce, excuse me. Rose, like the flower, Rose Royce, called Wishing on a Star. It's in a falsetto, so I'm not even going to like attempt to sing it, but it starts off, I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I think she says, I wish upon a dream to show me what it means, or something like that. I'm not getting the lyrics right, but that's a like song from like the 70s. It's a beautiful song. It's one of my favorite songs, actually. So go listen to that song if you're unfamiliar with it. And there might be something in there lyrically that speaks to you, Aquarius, or whoever is resonating with this message. But traditionally speaking, the star is talking about healing. It's talking about restitution, getting back to self, getting back to center, getting to a place of calm, and getting to a place of ecstasy. I don't know that that's true, but they want me to say that. Getting to a point of ecstasy. I don't know who that's for. Maybe somebody does ecstasy. I don't advise people to take drugs because I don't. But I know many people do, and they enjoy it. So tread carefully. I do not endorse it. Do not endorse it, but you're an adult. You make your own decisions. Now, so I feel like whoever's in this story, everybody needs to take a page out of this book, out of the Aquarian Star Energy book, and just put emphasis and concern on the self and do what is needed for the self in a healthy way, in a way that's going to assist in your continual progress. Do not put yourself in a healing, reflective, restorative place that doesn't serve your progression. Life, much like I was talking about, well, maybe not much, but like I mentioned a little bit with the Wheel of Fortune, the ups and downs, right? It's always going to be that. And the Wheel of Fortune, like it indicates with the name, a wheel just turns. It does not, it does stop, but eventually when you go and get in your car after it's been parked for a week or two, like mine has been, right? And you get in the car, the wheels will turn again. It's only temporary, right? There will always be progression. And if you heal yourself, but not with the mind or not with the intention or towards the inevitable growth and progression of your own life, you're only putting a band-aid on something, or you're only getting temporary relief. That's for both people or everybody involved, whoever's in this situation. I don't feel that you or anyone else, Aquarius, is going to serve themselves or serve the situation by asking for things to be status quo. And even think about that. Archetypally, you, Aquarius, your sign, archetypally, 11th house, is not interested in status quo at all. Never. Never, ever. No. Aquarian, 11th house, beyond the status quo. Breaking the status quo, in fact. And maybe, again, that's it. Like, going back to this idea of someone being a model and they're from Des Moines or any other place, right? Maybe, like, in that person's mind, nobody from my town, nobody from my family, nobody with the background I have, nobody with these personality traits that I have, or even down to the physical body. Because in that specific scenario of being a model, someone has said to you, you should be a model. But if you don't think you're model material, you think you're ugly, you don't like your nose, you think you're too skinny, you think your hair is gross, la 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 la, you don't believe, right? So that's that belief of status quo. I'm too ugly for this. I'm too uneducated for this. Or nobody in my family has ever done this before. Or nobody from here has ever done that before. So that's just the way life is. That's that sitting at the 10-mile mark and thinking that's the best your life can be. Now listen. This is not me saying, throw away your responsibilities or anything like that. Oh, look who's right there, the moon. Okay. So again, Piscean energy, you might be dealing with a Pisces. But also the deep subconscious of the moon is just like jumping out at me right now. Now, your overall energy, Four of Cups. I didn't even know. I mean, I saw what I was picking up, but when I look and I tap into the card, that's when I finally get the message usually. And I threw it down there, or I dropped it, because what was I just saying? The offer is there, the potential is there, the opportunity is there, and somebody, especially in this deck, is doing this healing work, doing this meditative work, and trying to make the best out of their situation and come to some enlightened point of view, but it's the Four of Cups. It ignores the additional offer or the additional cup that is not the better one, but possibly the one you were asking for all along. But because it didn't come in the package that you thought it would come in, or because it didn't come at the time you thought it would come in, or because you've got a lot on your plate already and you just can't be overwhelmed, or whatever it is, there's like a unawareness or an avoidance of what is potentially there. Now, Aquarius, I don't know where you are in this story. I don't know who you are in this story. I don't know what you're thinking at this moment. But what I see is two sides of a story that have a mutual desire. The person who's scouting and looking for new talent, they want to book someone because that's beneficial for them. That grows the portfolio, that grows the brand of the modeling agency. And maybe, I don't think it's anything nefarious. I don't think it's anything gross. I don't think it's like a grooming situation or anything like that. But it's going to make them look good. So the King of Wands definitely is just like, I want to work with you because it's going to make me look good. Point blank, period. That's the end of it. Like, my job as a scout, my job as a producer, my job as an agent is to make this happen. Let's make this happen, right? And then for the Hanged Woman, they would be walking a new path. They would be, put into a new career that they've never thought of. Maybe now they're but maybe now they're a nurse, right? Or maybe they are an accountant. It doesn't matter what they're doing now. And they like it, but they might prefer, and they might have, quote unquote, a better time of things in whatever way that means if they were to pursue this modeling career. Do you get what I mean? But because someone wants regular paychecks, because someone wants to live possibly a quote unquote normal life, like the idea of modeling, like the actual thing of doing it, might be overwhelming to them. And they again, they're not confident. They don't believe they can do it. They don't believe that the offer is actually real. That's also a part of the Four of Cups. Sometimes we don't believe the offer is true. It's too good to be true, so we don't even consider it. And that could also be what's going on. This could be like a cold call. This could just be like someone out of nowhere, like just getting your email and like, hey, I saw you here. Would you be open to this opportunity? And it sounds fishy. So because it sounds fishy, even though it's a true offer, somebody's like, no. Oh, Aquarius, that's your reading for February. Very interesting. If you liked it, hit the like button. If this resonated with you at all, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to read that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, friends, hit that subscription button and make sure you turn on the notification bell so you can see when I upload videos, okay? For you specifically, Aquarius, again, I'm going to be here live on the channel on February the 6th. That's this Saturday at 7 p.m. So please join me. If you have a question for me, I'd be glad to answer it for you to celebrate your birthday season. I will be back soon with your mid-February, so be on the lookout for that as well. And if you want to get at me for a personal reading, information is in the description box below, okay? Aquarius, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care.